Now, we have shone a focus this week on mental health because we also know that this is the time of the year when we talk about mental health. But October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a month where we're invited to get involved, to remind the people that we love to get screened, if they haven't for a while, to make a donation if you're able, but also to take action to support those who are facing breast cancer. And I don't think that it is a stretch that there is this connection between mental health and Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because we know that for our breast cancer survivors, we need to do so much to continue to support their mental health as well as we support their physical recovery. And someone who is well and truly helping so many women here in Brisbane is Deborah Taylor. Now, Deborah is the owner and the operator of Spirit of Life Boutique. It's in Clayfield. And they're a mastectomy lingerie shop. They specialise in lingerie, swimwear, breast prosthesis and bras for women who have gone through breast cancer surgery or any sort of breast surgery. And what Deborah and the team really do, and where they can really change the lives of women in our community who have faced the anguish of breast cancer, is to really help them find some confidence in themselves and rediscover what it's like to be in their skin and in this new and changed part of their body and to find their femininity. Deborah is joining me here in the studios. Welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you, Sophie. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So first of all, I guess a little background from you, Deborah.
Yes.
What led you to start Spirit of Life Boutique?
I was headhunted by a company called Coloplast that actually made the breast prostheses. I've been a corseteer for 38 years. So not young, Sophie. No judging.
That just means you're wise and you know your craft.
Exactly. So I've worked in Myers for 5 years in the lingerie department. Then I worked for Simone Perel. I was the rep for Simone Perel. And I worked in David Jones. And then I got approached by Coloplast to take over the shop. So the history is the Coloplast owned 2 shops, one in Sydney and one here. Then they didn't want to keep retail. I worked for them for 2 years and then they said, we're just going to close the shop down and sell it. So I bought it. 19 years later, I'm still going.
So for 19 years, you've had women come through your door. 22 years altogether. You've had people come through the doors who find themselves in a situation.
Absolutely.
Which I'm sure is
traumatic. Very
traumatic. And as I said from the outset, just as much about their mental well-being as it is their physical self. So walk us through what happens when somebody comes to see you at Spirit of Life.
Somebody, a first-timer comes through, we take them into the fitting room. We take the time to find out what stage they're at having treatments. Like quite often, Sophie, they'll have chemotherapy and radiation. We find out what other illnesses they may have on the side. So we talk to them for about 15 minutes, get them comfortable, and then we'll do a proper fitting. We actually measure, we go into all that detail. Because, Sophie, sometimes we'll get ladies with, for example, scoliosis in the back. So we have to allow for the extra backing making it wider around the back, which makes a huge difference. And then we'll start fitting them. Now, in our fitting room, we have a curtain across because first time, some women haven't even looked at themselves when they've. So to actually confront it, I don't do that. I put them in a bra, I put the breast form in, then I pull the curtain back, and then their faces just shine. They go, oh my God, I look normal again. So the whole idea with helping these women is getting them back to the way they were, and that is so important mentally. It's not just about the condition that they're going through.
Sure.
If they can see themselves looking exactly the same, it makes a huge difference.
You mentioned you're not a medical expert, but I dare say you have learnt an awful lot about breast cancer over these last couple of decades.
Yes, I've been to lots of conferences. I get invited to the conferences because I want to know what some of the drugs are doing to them, for instance, how the chemotherapy affects them, because there are different gradings of chemo and radiation. The breast care nurses all know me, Dale, and so do all the surgeons.
And we know that no two women have the same experience.
Exactly.
And I think that that's what we have really worked towards when it comes to personalised medicine across the board, but certainly with something like breast cancer. And I mentioned to you that even in this last week, knowing that you were going to be coming on the show, ironically, there was another story that was pitched to us here at 4BC Afternoons, and it was about a woman who's had a double mastectomy but has chosen not to do any reconstructive surgery. And that seems to be a growing trend.
You've got quite a few options when it comes to reconstruction, I can tell you that much. You can have the implants, they put an expander in, expand the skin, but that's not suitable for someone that's had radiation because, Sophie, radiation actually stops the elasticity actually in the chest wall, so it would break. They're also doing fat transfers from the hip or the legs. That's another one. They do dorsal, which comes from the back, brings it around and creates a breast. So you've got a few options, but not everybody wants to go through all that.
Yeah.
And it depends on their age too.
Yeah. So you've handed me one of the prostheses.
Yes.
Because obviously, like everything in the world, the technology has changed.
Absolutely.
The materials that are available have changed. And the reason you gave it to me was because you wanted me to feel it. And you said to me, that means that when you hug a woman who has found herself in a situation where she may have prosthesis, it feels like
the other breast.
It feels like her chest.
Yes.
Particularly if it's a mum or a grandma
I know,
who wants to be able to give those hugs that feel like nothing else, right?
Exactly.
You've brought in some other of your wares, and obviously this is radio, so I'm going to describe them for people as we have a look at them. And these obviously are the different bras that are available for women.
Can I just say one other thing?
Yes.
There are different styles of breast forms. So an older woman, for instance, wouldn't have the fullness of that breast form.
Yeah.
We try to get
She has one that looks more like what the real thing was.
Yes. So you can see it's a different drape.
I understand, but I reckon there'd be plenty of grandmas that might go for the perky version too.
Exactly.
But this is where you work with women individually.
Absolutely.
Can you give us an indication of what kind of a reaction that you get? I mean, you talked about the first time you draw back a curtain and a woman sees herself the way she feels that she is in her head physically. But you must have women who have worked with you then over the years as they've gotten older.
Well, the two ladies that work for me, one of them is 75. She had a full mastectomy 40 years ago, going strong. And the other lady that works with me, Helen, she's Irish, she's a hoot, and she's had a lumpectomy, so she's just been through the chemotherapy and the radiation and everything. So she can actually talk to them about what she went through and what to expect.
Your business has had an incredible amount of success. You've mentioned the breast care nurses, the surgeons, the oncologists, the department stores that you know of that regularly refer women to your shop front at Clayfield. So you're clearly very good at what you do. What is the best part about it for you?
For me, the best part is seeing those women happy and walking out of the shop with everything on. And they go, oh, check it out.
Yeah, what a gift.
Yeah, I love it. That's what makes our day.
Yeah, good on you. I'd love you just to tell everybody very clearly where you're located and how anybody listening might like to find out more for themselves or for some other woman in their life that might deserve a visit.
We're at 682 Sandgate Road, Clayfield, right near Clayfield College.
Okay, easy to find.
Behind.
Can I ask a random question?
Yes.
Are these sorts of things covered by any of the health?
Medicare
Yeah.
will pay up to $400 towards these breast forms. Now, Sophie, they're handmade in Germany. So they range from $400 to $500.
For one or a pair?
One.
Holy moly.
They're handmade. Every 2 years you can get a new one. We fill out all the paperwork for you, attach the tax invoice, post it off for you so you don't have to worry about that. 2 weeks later, it goes back into your account.
Brilliant work, Deborah. So lovely to meet you. Spirit of Life Boutique, as Deborah just mentioned, you'll find them at 682 Sandgate Road at Clayfield, just near Clayfield. I keep touching this boob that's on this table in front of me, which is kind of weird.
Sophie, but can I just mention one more thing?
Yes.
We've got a newsletter out at present, but it'd be lovely if I could see new listeners coming in. We've got a special on with Amona. You buy 2 Amona bras, you get 20% off each one for the month of October.
Fantastic. And it's not just women with
I look after ladies that have had the implants removed. I quite often give them Bras without
That's it.
wires.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
So any sort of desire,
Anybody,
anything that you need,
yes.
you'll find Spirit of Boutique at Clayfield, and the website is spiritoflifeboutique.com. Thank you, Deborah.